US President Donald Trump has directed officials to rebuild and reopen the notorious Alcatraz prison on an island near San Francisco's Golden Gate Bridge. The president says the jail will be used to house America's most ruthless and violent offenders. Well, he made the announcement on his Truth Social account, starting with an all-capital statement: rebuild and open Alcatraz. He said he wanted the prison to be substantially enlarged before it was put back into service. Alcatraz was shut down more than 60 years ago and turned into a museum. Previous inmates included notorious gangsters Al Capone, Mickey Cohen and George Machine Gun Kelly. More than 1.5 million people visited the tiny island every year. Let's talk to our North America correspondent, Nomia Iqbal, who joins us now from Washington. Yeah, Nomia, a huge visitor attraction. I mean, I've been there amongst millions of other people, and I guess they'll be disappointed if it is turned back into a prison as Donald Trump's calling for. How likely is that to happen, do you think?
I think it's largely unlikely. It's pretty impractical. And yeah, I mean, when you say Alcatraz, people think of like all the movies that have been made there: Clint Eastwood, Sean Connery. It was even in the Marvel movies, and yeah, I've been as well. It's like it's an amazing place to go and visit, and you can see how isolated it is in terms of off the coast of San Francisco. In terms of rebuilding it, well, I mean, remember the reason it was closed was because it was so expensive, and it would cost so much money to redo. We're talking about billions here. And, it's in terms of like, if that would happen, it's probably not going to. I mean, the Bureau of Prisons did release a statement. Just looking at it, they said, look, we will comply with all presidential orders. I should mention that Donald Trump isn't the first president to suggest potentially opening it. President Reagan considered it in 1981. But as I say, it's just massively impractical. Nonetheless, Donald Trump wants to find somewhere to house what he describes as the most dangerous and violent criminals, and Alcatraz is what he's got on his mind. But as I say, whether or not it will be open, I just think it's highly, highly unlikely, highly impractical, but it makes for a very splashy headline.
Yeah, and just briefly, I guess it would cost a lot in tourist revenue, wouldn't it? Because of all those visitors, if it suddenly wasn't a tourist attraction anymore, that would cost, what, the state of California money? I don't know who gets those funds.
Yeah, it would. It brings in like $60 million a year, just looking at the statistics and revenue. And as you mentioned, that attracts more than 1.6 million visitors a year. And so it would lose lots of money in that respect. I should also add, Ben, over the weekend, President Trump gave an interview in which he basically said that the US might be hit by a recession. He also suggested that American people should be less materialistic to try and deal with it. Lots of criticism over that interview. So there are some suggestions that saying that we should reopen Alcatraz is perhaps President Trump's way of slightly causing a distraction.
Well, it'll be fascinating to see what happens with that. Nomia, thank you very much indeed for bringing us up to date. Nomia Iqbal there, our North America correspondent.